Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. Today we are going to cover a very important scheme which is ramp scheme, and because it has been recently launched, so there are higher chances of it coming in your examination. So let's get started. See, before understanding all the basic elements that are there to remember from this scheme, let's first understand what is the full format and how our work will be done by then. Okay. So, see, RAMP, it stands for Raising and Accelerating MSME Performance. To uplift, raise means to uplift the MSME sector, that is the micro, small, and medium enterprises, and also to speed up. Accelerating means to speed up the all the processes that happens in the MSME, or to uplift the condition. Okay, so basically what happened, government, it was thinking of establishing some unit, some agency which will take care of the MSME sector, that would help them to raise the performance of the MSME sector. And after that, what happened, COVID, it also hit, and as any sector that was affected by COVID-19, MSME was also one of them. Okay, so it was also affected, so the need to have a program to accelerate and raise the MSME sector performance, it became the need of the hour. And that is why this scheme was launched, so that the all the necessary changes or the steps that need to be taken to uplift the MSME sector, that can be taken. So see, this particular scheme, it was launched by the recommendation by of three committees. So first one being the UK Sena committee. So this committee was established by RBI and of course headed by UK Sena, and it also gave it insight that how we need to establish a particular unit for taking care of MSME sector. Then KV Kamath committee and Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister. These three committees, they came together, they gave their recommendation, and after that, this ramp scheme, it was launched. Okay, so now we have understood what is it all about. Now let's come to the dimensions that are asked in your examination. So see, the first of all is launch year, and it is recently launched, so hence the launch year, it is 2022. It falls under the Ministry of, it's quite easier to understand because it is raising and accelerating MSME performance. That is why it falls under the Ministry of MSME. Okay, but here, uh, Government of India, it is also taking help from the World Bank financially to run this particular scheme. Okay, so this particular program, it is in assistance with the World Bank. I hope it is clear to you all. Okay, now what is the aim of this particular scheme? So there are various aims that have been taken that will be taken care under RAM. So first one is to improvise access to the market and credit. Okay, so to give them a way to the market so that they can re-enter the market if they have already entered before, but due to COVID situation, the condition, it become opposite. Or to the new people who wants to invest in MSME, or to encourage people to start their own business, for them they would give them that gateway to the market, and also the credit that is required to establish or uplift the business. The second is strengthening institutions and governance at the central and state level. So it would also, not only it would focus on providing credit and market facilities and also skill development and all other things, but it will also strengthen the institutions that are at the center and state level. And we are talking about the governance over here, strengthening institutions and governance. Okay, next is improvising central state linkage and partnership. So that is again focusing on creating more and more market access as well as opportunities for the MSME, and that is why it is also talking about the linkage between center and state. Okay, first one is about governance, that in state only the governance should be good, or at the state level also the governance, the factors that are taking care of MSME, that should be good. But next line, it talks about also the linkage of state and the center. Okay, and next one being addressing issues of delayed payments and greening of MSME. So it would also take care of the issues. There are various payments that are delayed under MSME, and that is of course will affect the owner of the particular enterprise, right? So it will also address all the issues that are related to delayed payments and also greening of MSME. What is greening of MSME? It means the loss in the business, it is quite lesser, and the profit, it is quite more. So that is a greening of MSME. Okay, so these are the aim. Now let's look at the outlay. So what is the financial outlay for this particular program or scheme? So it is approx 6,000 crore and it is around 080 USD 080 million. Okay, and now in that 3750 crore, that is approx, that is 500 million, that will be taken from the World Bank, and the rest, your 308, right, million, that will be taken by Government of India. So that would be, this 500 million, it will be taken as a loan from World Bank, and the rest of it will be taken care by the Government of India. So that is the financial outlay. And for now, this scheme, it has been launched for 5 years, that is from financial year 22-23 to 25-26. All right. Next, now let's talk about the key features of this scheme. So see, the first one being preparation of strategic investment plans in which all UTs and states will be invited. So we talked about how the government, it will focus on under this program about providing market access and credit to the MSME sector, right? So this strategic investment plan, it will take care, it will look at, it will identify, and it would mobilize all the MSME enterprises. It will take care of whatever the gaps or the hindrance that are there in MSME sector, and then to work accordingly. Okay, so it will identify all the problems that are there under this particular MSME sector, and then it will help to strategize some investment plans that would help them to come out of the current situation. Next one is the overall monitoring and policy overview of RAMP will be taken care. So one apex body will be made, that is a National MSME Council. It will be established that will take care of the overall monitoring and policy overview. And this particular National MSME Council, this council will be headed by the Minister of MSME. Do remember this. Okay. Next is this funds flow through RAMP into the ministry budget against disbursement linked indicators. So what does it mean? So we know that we will take funds from the World Bank also as loan, right? So this fund through RAMP, so through this scheme, the funds that will come through RAMP, the funds will flow from this scheme into the ministry budget, okay, against disbursement link indicator. What are disbursement link indicators? These are some indicators that has been specified by the World Bank, and against these indicators, World Bank, it provides loan. What does it mean? So it says that there are some factors that need to be taken care of by the borrower that is taking loan from the World Bank, and when those criteria are meet, then they get loan against those whatever demands the borrower have. Okay, so here funds we will get, ultimately it would end up to the ministry budget, but it will flow through the RAMP scheme because we are taking loan under this particular program. Okay, and again, this disbursement linked indicator. So what are these? Let's look at them, that what are these disbursement linked indicators that should be taken care of by providing loan. So see, the disbursement of funds from World Bank towards RAMP would be made. So this disbursement by the bank only would be made when these following indicators will be fulfilled. So what are these indicators? Implementing the national MSME reform agenda. So this should be implemented by Government of India if they want to seek loan under World Bank. Okay, accelerating MSME sector center state collaboration, enhancing effective of technology upgradation. So we are talking about technology upgradation also, and that is why when we are talking about strategic investment plan, in that also we looked at that various plans will be made. So there we're talking about digitalization, we are also talking about other such factors also, for example technology upgradation. Next is strengthening receivable financing market for MSME. Okay, enhancing effectiveness of credit guarantee trust for micro and small enterprises, and greening and gender delivery, reducing the incidence of delayed payments. So these factors should be met under the disbursement link indicators, and after that World Bank, it would be providing us with the loans. Now let's look at what will be the benefit of this scheme. So first will be that it will address all the generic as well as the COVID-19 related challenges. What does generic means? Generic are the in general challenges that are there in MSME sector, and COVID-19 challenges would be the ones that were faced during this pandemic era. Next is address inadequacy, addressed blocks in MSME. So here we are talking about the capacity building, we are talking about skill development, we are talking about digitalization, and all the in general blocks that are blocks means the hindrance that are there in the MSME sector. See, these all the program does not only talks about the generic problem of MSME, or it does not only talk about the problems that were faced during COVID-19, but it is a mixture of both, right? Next one is generate employment, because here we're talking about, as I said, generic challenges also. So it would as it would provide market access, it would provide credit facilities. Of course, many people, they would also be attracted towards the MSME and they would start their own business, right? Next is usher in larger formalization. Formalization, it means to become formal, or you can say to be organized. Right now, all the unorganized sector or the people that are under MSME. So this particular RAM scheme, with the aim that it has, it would help for the larger formalization of the MSME sector. Okay. Next is complement the Atmanirbhar Bharat mission, because in Atmanirbhar we are talking about self-reliance. So as many industries that would be set up here in India only, so that would cater to our or the government's Atmanirbhar Bharat mission. Okay. So this was the news that cabinet approved USD 808 million of raising and accelerating MSME performance. Okay, so this was the news that is of 30th March. So this scheme was launched, and you should know about this scheme. So that is all under this scheme. So if you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe to it, and you can also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of every lecture that we provide here on YouTube. So thank you everyone. If you have any doubt, any query, you can comment down in the comment section. Until then, all the very best for examination, and thank you.